Hi guys. Hold on for a minute. Welcome back to my book channel. My name is Lady Born Explorer, and today is the third day of Trope Week, and this is going to be monsters, paranormal romances. I actually couldn't decide if I wanted to just do monster romances or paranormal romances, so I just put them together. Yeah. But first let's just get this out the way, I guess, and be like, hey, there's Prince. Kidding. And hi. I post a video Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and sometimes Sunday. So please be subscribed so you can figure out what's coming up and what video I'll be posting. I make book reviews, I do book hauls, book recommendations like this is, and book unboxings. So please be subscribed. Okay, enough embarrassing myself. Let's just get into this. I'm gonna first start this off with a paranormal romance series that's a slow burn. And I mean slow burn, I mean that we have two strangers who meet in the first book, and then by the last book, they are together. But over the time in books, you start seeing them slowly become a couple. So, and that is by Karina Halley, and it's the Experiment in Terror series. I love this series. I have every single book in the series. So, actually, let me get them together because there's a lot of them. Okay, so these are the series. Love them so much. So let me just go ahead and give you the names and then tell you about the series. So, Experiment in Terror series is about two paranormal investigators who come together on happen chance on Dark House. This is the first book in the series, and they just meet. Like, our heroine, she's on her family's property, which has a lighthouse on it, and Dex, our hero, I love Dex. He has heard rumblings that this lighthouse is haunted, and our heroine started experiencing some very negative feelings and emotions when it comes to this lighthouse. So she investigates it just to investigate. He's investigating it to prove that there is paranormal activity at this lighthouse, and they just happen to meet, and some things go down. I'm just saying. But at the end of it, they just go their separate ways. Love this book. And then in Red Fox, which is the second one, this is the OG cover, and these covers are like the new ones. But in this one, I think Dex reaches out to her because of her awareness when it comes to the paranormal, and he tries to get her to be his co-host for this paranormal investigating series, this web series that they're doing. And this is Red Fox. This is when we find out that he has a girlfriend, and some things happen in this that makes him like cheat on his girlfriend, like with a kiss. But it's mainly because he was trying to figure out if who the person he was interacting with was a demon or the actual person. Towards the end of the book. So, and then in Dead Sky Morning, which is the third book, we have a situation where it's cheating again, but it's for a distraction, and it's a distraction that can save their lives, so they do it. And yeah, it's crazy. Like I said, I just love this series. Like, I love the series. And we start to get more because like there's more to the story and there's more to our couple, because there is some background stuff happening, like blatantly happening, and they don't understand why they're being chosen. And they also didn't understand that fate has brought them together. Yes. Lying season is book 4, and this is when we start to get into the graphic sex in this, and I love it. I can't tell you how, like, there is cheating, like, from both parties, his girlfriend and Dex. But yeah, like, what happens in this just opens your eyes to, like, some other crazy things that are happening, and you're just like, what? Wait. Don't tell me that. See? I'm reliving it right now. Then we have number 5, which is On Demon Wings. This is a library copy, but this copy has been, I bought from the library because they're doing a sale, selling their stuff. So I wanted to get it, and plus, yeah, I just had to. So in this one, we have a new player in here, and they are someone who was seen in book 2, Red Fox. But yeah, things are happening. A lot of demon possession is going on. A lot of I want to get back with you. I can't believe I said that. And a lot of like forgiving and groveling happens in this. And I love it. And this one is book 6, and it's Into the Hollow. This one, I just can't tell you because like that would ruin a lot of things. But our couple is actually a couple in this one. So then we get into the like points or the novellas, and so in all of the Experiment in Terror series, like the ones I just said, all of these are told in one perspective, and that is our heroine's perspective. And then when you get to the novellas, which is the points, this one is 6.5. This is told in our hero's perspective, which is Dex. There's other points in here. I have them all on in ebook wise, besides this one. But yes, this is told through his perspective, and I love Dex, so I just wanted to have his perspective on some things. And most of the points happen after the series. So this is 6.5. So this is after book 6, and it's in between 6 and 7. Sometimes like 7 actually begins to happen in this, and then 7 starts on Come Alive. So you start to see, like, it's just like a progression in between. So Come Alive is the 7th book. Some things are found out. Like really life-changing things are found out. We have a evil person that we've never technically seen. We've heard of this person, but like we didn't even hear. Like we heard of the person, not who the person is to our heroes. And I was just like, what is going on? Like, no. Oh my gosh. Did I miss this? I was blown away with like who this evil person was. Blown. So yeah, you find out who this evil person is in the end of this book, and again, blown away. 8 and 9 are a continuation of each other. We leave off with book 7, which ends in like a cliffhanger because of who the evil person is. And then Ashes to Ashes is the aftermath of everything. It's super crazy. I was not prepared for what was going on, and a lot happens. And then To Dusk is the final reckoning of this 3-book situation that's going on. And it ends with like a whole bunch of like shocking things and sacrifices, and you're just caught. Like you don't know. I cried. I cried. Yeah. And then book 10 is Come Back Haunted, and we actually get to see someone from our past come back, and I cried on that one too. But like some things are happening. Love this, love this. Each book in the series deals with a different case besides the last three, 7, 8, and 9. Those are like a continuing case. Well, the ending of 7. But each book is a different case. Now, the only thing that like I kind of like don't like about the series is like how easy everything gets resolved in the end. Even with 7, 8, and 9, how like it was a continuation and like a lot of things were happening, and then like at 9, it was great ending. Like there's not like a lot of bad things that happen. Everything has like it's like tied up loose ends. It's almost like how Scooby-Doo is. Like you have a situation, they solve the case, and then just go on to a different case. And that's basically what happens here. That was my only like issue. Everything just seems so relatively like easy to solve. But yeah, I love this series. This is an amazing series, and you definitely need to read this entire series. And there is an offshoot of the series dealing with our heroine's sister, who you see throughout the series because of bloodline and what our heroine is basically in the series. Okay, so that's the entire series. Now let's go on to something a little more lighthearted, and it's the Spell of Dark by Caleb Herge. I think it's Herge. This is a MMM, new adult romance. This has vampires in it. I'm just saying. This is like really crazy. I know it's like young adult, but like I think it's new adult because of like some of the themes that are happening in the series. But we have our hero one of our heroes who's human, who we find out can actually take. He's the vessel for this very evil entity, and the light side of like vampires and like vampire slayers are trying to kill our human, and the vampires of the dark and also like human people are trying to get him so he can actually be the vessel for this evil entity. And then the evil entity is just like around sometimes, like his spirit. This is really, really good. I can't tell you how like funny and hilarious this was. Like I'm smiling because like I'm just remembering a lot of different things that are happening in the book, but you actually don't know. Like I kind of spoiled it for you, but this does kind of end with a MMM, but you don't see it at first. You see only one, and then in the middle we find out a very shocking person is who isn't who we thought they were, and that happens like twice. Like I was just like, wait, what? Like no, and then it got revealed, and I was just like, oh my gosh. So yeah, but yes, I truly like this one. Okay, so let me tell you, I read this book, gave it 5 stars, and then I sold it. That was like in 2019, 2018, one of those two. I recently wanted to have it back in my life. And it's so expensive, especially the hardback. It's so expensive. So I finally got my hands on it, and I'm not giving this up again because I really want a sequel, because this ends on something like ambiguous, and I just hate how ambiguous the ending is. I want. I can't say the ending, but yeah, love this. And again, it has vampires in it, and vampire slayers, and demons, and like a whole bunch of like other spiritual animals and like mythical creatures. Love this. Next, I have a series. Well, I think it's going to be a series. I haven't read the second one yet, so So I don't know if it's going to be a continuation or this is just a duet. But I have read the first book and I love it. 5 out of 5 stars. This is very spicy, very spicy. And when I mean very spicy, I mean like 4 out of 5 stars. And then sometimes like 4.75 out of 5 stars on the spice scale. But it's Knox by Adriana Wilder. Love this book. I love this book. This is so good. This is a Keelian shifter kind of romance. I sometimes consider this like erotica, but not really, because like even though it has like a whole bunch of porn in here, like the plot is ridiculous. I was sucked into this book and I didn't know. I bought this book not knowing what I was getting into. I just knew that it was a thick book because I love thick books, and it was a Keelian. So yeah, but yeah, this is a shifter, and a lot of things aren't what they seem, and this is not like a cute shifter anyway. Like some of these shifters are like crazy ugly, like crazy ugly. Our hero, he is still reeling from the death of his older brother, and he actually is fighting his recovery from cancer. So like he's very sickly right now. He beat it, but he's just like recovering from it. So he lives by himself, and like I'm just like telling you the synopsis because like this is so crazy. He lives by himself, and all of a sudden, like he hears some noises outside, and goes outside and tries to figure out what's going on. He doesn't see anything, and then all of a sudden, there's this naked man like running towards him, and he just like goes into the house. He like just tries to hide, and the naked man is like saying, "Hey, your brother sent me to protect you," and he's like, "My brother's been dead for like 3 years. So how did he send you to protect me? And to protect me from what?" And then we see the ugly Anubis-looking shifters just come out and try to get him. And it's crazy. They're on the run from shifters, and it's so wild. And then you find out something that has to do with his brother's death. And the ending. Oh my gosh. So technically this is a shifter romance, but it's like scientific fantasy, paranormal, I guess, because of what this is. I can't tell you what it is, but I can tell you that like, scientists did something, and it has to do with Egypt. That's all I can tell you. But the cliffhanger was not technically it's a cliffhanger, but like you would get it at the end. And it has to do with our hero's family. So this is book 2. Like I said, I haven't read it yet. But it's Anubis, so it's a continuation of Knox. And I am definitely reading this while I'm on vacation. I'm just saying. So, yeah. Next is another Keelian, and it's Moonlust by T.A. Sheldon. This was actually fan fiction. I first read this story on AO3. Love AO3. And then all of a sudden, the author took it down, but I had already saved it, so I have the whole entire series on the series up until the point of them taking it down. So this is Moonlust, and we are following this shifter romance. We are following our hero who's moving into a new town, who's technically not a new town because his mother used to live there. and he's kind of running from his ex-boyfriend. We find out that her town has a colony of shifters who are these like the rich, privileged kids. Like, think of Twilight, but like wolf form versions, not versions. And they have their own community. It's a gated community, and all of the shifters, these like very popular kids who don't want to hang out with the other humans. We find out that that's the reason why. They all are shifters, a part of this clan. Each clan has their own morals that they're supposed to do, because like the Black Clan, R word, kill a lot of people, including their own clan members, drugs, trafficking. It's like a lot in that Black Clan. That's a clan I don't want to be a part of. There's a red clan, a yellow clan. I think the yellow clan is like nudists. They're just like very like hippie like, and they also believe in polygamy. It's like a lot. But we find out some crazy things that are happening, and this is like not enemies to lovers kind of thing. It's basically one of our heroes, who is the shifter. He finds out that his mate is human. He's already has a girlfriend, and they're not supposed to technically mate with humans, but when you find out that your mate is a human and also a male, that's kind of iffy territory. Then in book 2, which I also have, which is Blood Moon, and that one, we get the past coming back to hunt our human hero, and a lot of things are coming together. Like, this is very crazy. In Moonlust, it's just them getting to know each other, finding out that they're soulmates, and also there is a wolf killer out there who is just trying to kill the wolves. And then there's also background plots that are coming together, and you'll see them in book 2. Now, book 2 leaves you on a cliffhanger, but I can't tell you because I have the series, and so like book 2 does not leave where I know it's supposed to be left off. Where I since I read the series up until now on AO3, like that's not the place where she left off. So I think like there should be like another 3 or 4 books coming out. But yeah, I love this book. Like I said, I have the fan fiction. So, and her fan fiction is just original characters. So they're actually the same names as the fan fiction. So it's not like it's like some other character from like Twilight or something. Like they're actually just like OMCs. Another Achillean that's paranormal is Summer Suns by Lee Mandolio. I hope I said that right. This is a hot, very I'm talking about temperature-wise hot gothic horror, and I truly love this. I love this. I really want a special edition of this because I truly love this book. This has to do with a friend who's dead, and his other best friend was supposed to be with him, but their friend who's dead decides, hey, don't come here right now, come a little bit later on, and then we'll go to college together, blah, 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 blah. And then all of a sudden he ends up dead. So the best friend is trying to figure out what happened to his best friend. Then we get some underlining themes of maybe they were more than friends. Along with the spirit of his dead friend or lover coming back and trying to help him solve his murder that was said to be S-word, or to bring him down and also kill him. Like, it's up in the air for real. But there is some underlying issues because technically, and that's not even technically, his lover didn't kill himself. So who did and why? And that is like the main reason. Like, I was so frustrated with trying to figure out what's going on. And then we get like the bits and pieces. And I was just thrown because like I kind of would expect them to like lead us with what made him die, what made like someone want to kill him for something. But like you don't see that until like I think close to the end, and you're just like, wait, what? Like you should have led with that. Yeah. So I guess like I don't know. I just love this because like the mystery was still a mystery, like in the end, and I just couldn't believe everything. And then you also have like a new love interest coming in to the picture, and so yeah, I love this. Next is Void by Raven Kennedy and Coralie June. This is a reverse harem dark bully romance, and this is fantasy, paranormal-ish. So we have our heroine, who we find out is a part of a secret community, but because of her element, she's basically exiled from the community because she's too big of a risk for them. We find out that she's like a mute. She can take the elements of other people and suck them out, so they'll just be regular humans. And so like her society is like, nah, she can go live with the humans. We don't need her. But they do need her for like punishments. So like, yeah. But we find out that something is happening and they need her to help with it. And along with her helping, something strange happens and she switches people's elements. So I think the vampire got switched to a werewolf, and the werewolf got switched to a vampire, and that's never supposed to happen. So the elders of her society want her to hone on this power so they can use it and also switch the people back. Just saying. So she has to go to the school that she's never got a chance to go to because they kicked her out. And this is when we meet our heroes. One who is actually her ex-best friend, who is mentored by her mother, who hates her guts. It's crazy. Then we have like a necromancer, a werewolf shifter, a vampire prince. I just love this book. I think this is a standalone. I think maybe there could be a second book in here, but I loved it because there is 3 plots going on at the same time, and you don't know what to focus on at first, but things start coming into perspective when we find out that she actually needs all of them in order to do something prevalent to the society. I hope I didn't ruin that. I mean, this is really good. It's almost like Spicy scale. I think it's like a 3.5, 3.75. Yeah. And plus, I love her dad. Her dad is a, what is it called? Crossroad demon. I love him. He's so fun. Then we have Morning Glory Milking Farm by C.M. Nescoda. Okay, so I have this, it's signed. Yes. This is the old cover. I really want to get the new cover, so I'm waiting to when Amazon actually has the new cover on. But like it's okay. I'm just saying. I really also wanted the Hello Lovely cover as well, which has like the milk, the last bottle of milk. Just that's like my holy grail right now. That and Hello Lovely's Pretty Toxic by J.R. Gray. I really want that cover too. But anyways, so this is a monster romance. You can tell our hero is a centaur, and our heroine makes a living milking the bulls of and she falls in love or lust with our hero, who also falls in lust with her, and this is like it's a lot. I love it, and when you think of milking, just think of that, because that's how erotic this is. Just saying. So it's Centaur with a human, and I love this. This is book 1. And book 2, which I don't have, I have the ebook version of it, and that's with a Mothman, and she's not a human. I wonder if I think she's a fairy or something. Maybe. Or maybe she is a human. But Mothman and the fairy, loved it. Again, a lot of eroticness in it. On a scale of 1 to 5 on spice, this is probably a 3.25. There's no full-on sex like close to the end, but again, it's like she's using her hands a lot. So yeah. And last but not least is Wolf Song by TJ Klune. This is my Waterstones version, and this is the special edition, which has great sprayed edges. And this is the first book of the Green Creek series. This is a Killian as well. Like the whole entire series is a Killian. And this is a reverse age gap because our alpha is the younger of our heroes. So yeah, and it's human with our wolf. So it's so cute. Like there's like a specific scene I remember of him, like our alpha courting our ox, one of our heroes, and he starts leaving dead animals on the front porch. It's so cute because he didn't know how to court because he's young. It's just so cute. But yeah, there is an underlying issue that's going on. There is a evil person that made our alpha go mute because he got kidnapped by him, and he comes back to take things into his own hands, and it ends up being like crazy. So there's so much going on. There's a lot of angst in here as well. I cried, I think, like 3 or 4 times in this because I got so attached to characters, and it was just like very heartbreaking to see bonds being broken by death. Also, willing to sacrifice your bond to get revenge, and wondering if your partner will take you back, but you hurt them so much because you left. Like, it's a lot going on, and this is so good. So good. I hope you enjoyed this. I know this is kind of long, and I gave you basically a whole entire series to read, but it's a great series, so I'm just saying. Every book besides Anubis I've read and fell in love with. Oh wait, I do have others. I keep forgetting that I do have others. So our next book is The Trouble with Trying to Date a Murderer. Crazy title. It's by Jennifer Cody. Let me tell you, I went into this book thinking one thing and came out loving it. I don't know why I loved it, but I did. So we have one of our heroes. He is mute. He doesn't talk in sign language. he talks through text a lot. He does have sign language. He does do sign language, but he mostly talks through text. And he has this eye-opening experience at this job. He works at a diner. So he's doing his dining thing as the waiter, and in walks in this like 6'11" guy who looks like he's about to go to war. And no one who watched the guy walk into the diner had any, like, didn't stop to stare at him because he had like so many guns and swords. Like, and I just mentioned like guns, like blatantly guns, bullets, a launcher. Like, no one stopped to look at this, but he did. And he's just like, well, that's weird. No one's stopping to look at this guy with all his guns and swords walking into the diner. But he decides that he is just going to like ignore it. And so he asks the guy what he wants. The guy says what he wants. And then he says, I'm going to kill everyone. And so then like everyone in the restaurant, besides the waiter and the cook, stop and try to kill the guy. And it's just like a lot happens. A lot of blood, body parts just being flown everywhere. Just a lot happening in this one moment. And our hero, who is mute, gives him his food. The guy eats it and then he's on his way. So our hero leaves the job, but he finds out that like he has this like attraction to this killer and finds him again and ask him for a job. It's like, I don't know if I'm explaining this right. You know what? Let me just read the synopsis. Third time's the charm, right? At least that's what I tell myself when I witness the same hot guy commit mass murder 3 times in a few days. I'm either the luckiest mute boy ever or possibly the unluckiest. Who knows? Maybe him kidnapping me will turn into the greatest love story ever told. Hey, it could happen. You never know how these things will turn out. I happen to believe in love and soulmates, and if nothing else, Arlington Fox doesn't treat my disability like a nuisance. It's not every day you find someone who gets you, and I'm not going to give a horse in the mouth, even if the horse in question is a man who's good at killing people, that I should probably introspective a bit about why that skews my morals compass and possibly my kinks. But come on, consequence is sexy. Am I right? Yeah, it's hilarious. Again, I don't know why I like that. I gave that book 5 stars. I also gave the duet, like the second book, 5 stars. I gave it 4.75. I don't know why I liked it, but I did. It's so sassy, funny, hilarious. And then like their relationship, him adopting a fully grown person, it's so crazy. Yeah, that's like a wild card for you all. The next one is Never Trust a Guy with Fangs by Mia Moreau. This is book 1 of Covens of Alton Falls, vampire romance between a witch and a vampire, and that's not supposed to happen because they're very like mortal enemies. But our one of our heroes, who is the witch, finds himself like with a loss of memory at the manor of the coven leader of a vampire coven, and he doesn't know why, but the vampire leader takes him in. Slowly things are starting to come together because the witch's coven is hiding from something, and this big bad is trying to get all of the other covens and paranormal covens like either dead or unite them for a greater evil cause. But something's going on in their city and they're trying to figure out what, but also trying to figure out what caused him to lose his memory, and why did he end up at a vampire coven's manor when they're enemies. And there's actually a reason why. But the mystery actually goes on between the books. You find out about this big evil in the first book, but we don't get any resolution to him and his cause until further down the road. So each book, the plan or his plot gets more narrowed down and clearer, because it's kind of vague right now in the first sense. Like, you just know he's there, he's evil, and he's trying to wipe out covens that don't want to conform to what he wants. You're trying to figure out why, and also why he needs certain people. But each book follows a different couple who are a part of these different covens of paranormal species, and I love them. The first one's a Achillean. I think the second one's a Achillean as well. But yes, I gave that book a 5 out of 5. Vampires and witches, I just love them. And plus, I think that they both, like, there's some of their, like, sex scenes are just, like, so good. So good. On Spice Scales, like, a 3. But yeah. I think I've given you most books that, like, you probably haven't heard of, or I've enticed you to read some of them, because, like, again, the Karina Holly Experiment in Terror series, love that. I think it's very underrated, because, like, I think it's, like, some of her, like, first couple of works when she first started, and I just wish that more people would read the series. It's really, really good. And so that's it. I hope you'll have a wonderful day. My name is Lady Lauren Explorer, and I hope to see you in my next video. Bye!